So, we're going to move on to the last bit of our show tonight, and it's the predictions for the UFC Fight Night, Yusuff versus Barboza. And the first fight is at bantamweight, one we're really, I'm sure, Lucky, you also as well, looking forward to. We got South Africa's own Cameron Saaiman, 9-0 versus Christian Rodriguez, 9-1-0, kicking off the main card. Finally, Cameron Saiman's on the main card.
Yeah.
I don't know what took you guys so long. I do, however...
How is he below?
How is he so low?
I know he's below Edgar Chavez and Daniel, I don't know, pronounce that.
Lacerda. But he's even below Martinez and Yanez.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. They're a little bit more experienced. But, like, how are you... Anyway, whatever.
Yeah,
listen... Cameron's going to keep on doing his thing. It doesn't really matter. Dricus was on the start of a main card at the beginning of the year and Bo Nickel ahead of him, and he was in title contention by the end of the year. So, whatever. Rodriguez 9-1-0, Cameron Saaiman 9-0-0. Rodriguez on a 2-fight win streak. Cameron Saiman's never lost. Cameron turning 23 at the end of the year. Rodriguez 25, both super, super young. What are you thinking for this one before we get into too much detail? But what are your thoughts?
Okay, I want to start by saying I'm going to pick Cameron. But. I mean, okay, so the Rosas Jr. fight, I rewatched it. And Rodriguez is sloppy. He was very sloppy. I think it for this Cameron Saaiman fight, it's going to be decided in the clinch. And the thing that won him the fight against Rosas was he was a lot more dominant in the clinch, which he won't have that with Cameron. Cameron's way more physical, and I don't know, I just don't see that playing out the same way. But I do think if he learns from that last fight, it is going to present a lot of problems for Cameron. So for me, I'm going to say Cameron, but it is going to depend on how much Rodriguez learns from the last fight.
Fair enough. Look, I mean, we've got to be unbiased. I mean, we're obviously always super biased towards South African fighters. But at the same time, we've got to keep a bit of an unbiased opinion and actually look at proper facts. But I agree with you. He was able to out-grapple Rosas and bully him, really, in a sense.
Yeah.
And Rosas is physically is not bad. I think, he's a strong kid. He's muscular for any age, or muscular enough. He still needs to grow into it a little bit more. The big thing, though, for me is still like Cameron Saaiman has 0 holes in his game.
Yeah.
0.
Yeah.
Unless something now comes up that we see him against some top tier athlete and we're like, yeah, you know what? He needs to improve that. But even then, it's not a hole in his game per se.
Yeah.
I still think with Cameron Saaiman, and I've said this multiple times, I think Dricus kicks the door down for South African athletes. I think Cameron Saaiman takes it to a complete new level. I think the potential for Cameron Saaiman is limitless. Honestly, it's limitless.
Yeah.
The kid's 22.
Yeah.
And he's not, and I say kid, he's just a kid in age, but like the way he fights, the way his business acumen, the way he's running stuff outside the octagon, is like a seasoned veteran, okay, in a good way. And I know for a long time, like he just put it on his vlog series. He released a vlog series now where he details his training and day in the life kind of thing. He brought attention to Neil Geyser, who's one of the top jiu-jitsu coaches in the whole country. But we've been knowing for a long time he's been training with Neil Geyser at Team CIT.
Yeah.
That guy is a master strategist and knows so many different tricks of the trade. A third stripe Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, pioneer in South African Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. They'll be cooking something up. And CIT's game plans are always on point.
Yeah.
They've taken fighters from other places and through just game plan and training and grit and the way that they have an ethos at their gym. I don't see Cameron losing. I'm never going to back him, not back him.
Yes.
I don't see him losing anytime soon. And barring some getting clipped or something like that, some major mistake or some injury or something. But at the same time, I do think there will be problems presented in this fight. So I don't think it's going to be a walkover. I don't think it's going to be smooth sailing for him.
Yeah, it's his hardest for sure.
For sure, to date, it will be his hardest fight in the UFC in any event. I think you look at like a fight where he won the EFC title against Sindile Manangela. And Sandile is a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He did judo previously. He's a seasoned grappler. I mean, he's strong. He's a veteran. Cameron came out of that fight pretty good. I mean, he nullified any of the grappling that Sandile had, and this was years back.
Yeah,
I think it was 2 years back now. I think they fought so much in the last while, him and Dricus, that I forget if it's 2 years ago or a year and a half, whatever.
Yeah.
Since then, he's physically improved. Mentally, of course, being able to go to the UFC, put on performances like that, and now feel at home for all intents and purposes, and just be further along in his journey. So I think it will present problems for him. I'm going decision for Cameron in this one. I think, there'll be some problems for him to overcome. Not 100% smooth sailing. I'm still torn. Probably 29. No, I don't want to say 29, 28. Probably 30, 27. And maybe like one judge. So 30, 27, 30, 27, 29, 28.
Yeah.
That's my exact prediction. Cameron Saaiman to win by decision.
Okay.
You?
I think also win by decision. I think that it's going to be almost a chess match, because I can't see Christian Rodriguez get taken down. He's got really good takedown defense. I can't see Cameron trying to take him down. I think it's going to be on the feet. And I don't know, they both got really, I think that Cameron's going to be doing a lot of the pushing the pace, but I don't see Rodriguez getting put out. So I do think goes to decision, similar, unanimous. 30-27, yeah.
And I don't think this is the end of the road for Christian Rodriguez as well. I just think it's one of those things where you've got two people who are prospects.
Yeah.
That, Rodriguez has great potential as well, but it's just, for me, it's still Cameron. It's about Cameron making his climb up.
Yeah.
And like he said, he wants to fight for a title by the end of the next year. We'll see if that happens. It depends on a lot of factors, of course. But in this specific fight, again, I think Cameron pushes the action. You also don't discount, even if Cameron gets taken down, you can't hold him there necessarily.
Yeah, like you did with Rosas, for sure.
Exactly.
That's what won him the fight.
And also, don't forget, Cameron Saiman's got great submissions from the bottom. Like I say, he has 0 holes in his game.
Yeah.
So I think Cameron Saaiman, 30-27, 30-27, 29-28, one close round, probably the first round, just when there's a feeling out process.
Yeah.
But I think he makes the adjustments, what he needs to do. I think Coach Mornefisa surely will go with him. If maybe Cameron loses that first round on a judge's scorecard, he'll make the adjustments and should win. But if it goes the other way, look, it's not going to be a boring fight.
Yeah, absolutely
and
not.
It's
a great one to start off with. This next one, I don't understand how is above it.
Yeah.